remember being excited to listen to this album because everyone told me, like, this is the Korn album. It has Freak on a Leash, their biggest song. Oh my God, I hadn't heard it yet. All right, what's up, Beyond Sausages? Welcome to Guarsenio's high school, middle school CD booklet review. Normally, this is a YouTube show where I review all of my high school CDs, but today we're actually talking about an album I bought in the 6th grade. That's right, strap in 90s smelly kids, because today we're talking about Korn's Follow the Leader. So today's a big episode because Korn was my first ever favorite band. I found out about Korn in the 4th grade when a bunch of kids were talking them up as the most fucked up band in the whole world. Korn is really twisted, man. They write songs about clown serial killers, and one time the lead singer wrote a song so fucked up that he made himself cry, and they recorded it. And I was like, wow. The way those kids described them to me, it scared me at that age, but it also made me fascinated with them. I knew in 5th grade that there was no way my parents were gonna let me buy a spooky murder therapy record, so I had to figure out a way to get it without them knowing. I saved up enough money by being sneaky and strategic with my neighborhood lawn mowing business, and went to the Cherry Creek Tower Records to try to buy issues and immediately got shot down by the salespeople. In fact, I got shot down multiple times trying to buy that album. And honestly, I should have. I was very clearly a 10 or 11-year-old. Issues by Korn was gonna be my first ever edgy album purchase. And I sure as shit didn't have a cool metal or punk look yet. I had spiky hair that was created by too much LA looks, Old Navy cargo pants, and frog t-shirts that I bought at the Natural History Museum. It's no wonder I got bullied until high school, but I wish I still had those frog shirts. They were pretty sick. I don't know, frogs are cool, dude. But yeah, fast forward, one day I actually was able to buy Issues by Korn, but I found out later that it's because I bought the edited version by accident. But I'm gonna save the rest of that story for the actual Issues episode. There's definitely gonna be one. And today we're talking about Follow the Leader, which is Korn's, I guess, most critically acclaimed album and also their highest selling album. I don't remember when I bought this album, but I remember listening to it a lot at a Jewish summer camp. I remember being excited to listen to this album because everyone told me, like, this is the Korn album. It has Freak on a Leash, their biggest song. Oh my God, I hadn't heard it yet. I was stoked that there was gonna be a song with Fred Durst on it and also Ice Cube because in middle school I was trying to have a hip hop phase. And I remember listening to it and trying to get into it, but it just kind of wasn't what I wanted. And honestly, that's how I felt listening to it today. For those of you who've been following the show for a while, you know that 2 Minutes to Late Night is very supportive of nu metal. And in theory, I want to be supportive of Korn. Again, they were my first favorite band and they invented this genre. Listening to this album today, I am in complete support of everything that this album is trying to do. I like the idea of this album. This album is a middle ground for Korn. It's kind of Korn's screaming for vengeance, where it has elements of the band that they used to be and signs of the band that they are going to become. It's when they transition from the chaotic, emotional, meth-filled little nightmares that they were into the bounce riff stadium giants that they kind of still are today. But unlike Screaming for Vengeance, I think the elements that make this record are better in the other Korn records that I've heard. Like, minus the first 3 songs, the Ice Cube song and the Fred Durst song, it all kind of blended together. Like the gross guitar riffs and crazy vocals, they're just better on Life is Peachy and the self-titled album. And even though some of the hooks are really catchy and some of the guitar textures are really, really creative, that's just not really what I'm coming to a Korn album for. I want to hear a 7-string guitar bounce riff and Jonathan Davis making up words. Also, I completely support hip-hop and metal coming together. Anthrax and Public Enemy, the Judgment Night soundtrack, Unity Texas, check them out, they're a new band, they fucking kick ass. But minus Ice Cube's verses on Children of the Corn, the hip-hop elements on this album are fucking whack. Like, again, I support this creativity, but this shit is fucking annoying. It's just Phil D playing some fake jazz while Head and Monkey try to see who can make their guitar sound more like an old cat. And lyrically, this album is a time and a place. And that's mostly because of All in the Family. If you're not familiar with that song, it is a mutual diss track between Fred Durst and Jonathan Davis. It's essentially just the "you know how I know you're gay" bit from 40-Year-Old Virgin, but as a song. I'm conflicted with it because the rap flow is inarguably terrible and the lyrics are just so full of gay panic. But also the gay panic is ironic because by the end of the song, Fred and John are having sex with each other. So I don't know. You know what? I just talked myself into it. This song fucking rules. All in the Family, an incredible, very funny bad song. All right, so this is usually the part of the episode where I say, this looks like the beginning of Wizard of Oz if Dorothy smoked crystal meth. But honestly, what more can be said about the album art of a band named Korn with a K? It, like the lyrics, is a time and a place where an album cover could still be edgy and you knew exactly what a band sounded like just by seeing their font. Shitting on this is just a little too easy because most of the albums we're going to talk about on the show are from 2002 onward. And by that point, the creepy cartoon aesthetic had become stale because of South Park, Hot Topic, and Newgrounds.com. This is an ugly album cover for a frankly ugly album, and they knew exactly what they were doing when they paid a dude to draw it. Okay, fine, it looks like Todd McFarlane's Spawn meets those little Hummel dolls your grandma collects. Also, are those other kids gonna follow her? Is she the leader? Or do they think she's stupid? All right, I'm done. But yeah, to sum up, It's On, Freak on a Leash, Got the Life, Children of the Corn, and All in the Family are all really fun, but that's less than half of the album. And even though it's not outright bad, I do think you can find better versions of everything that's on this album elsewhere. But yeah, that does it for this week's episode. If you want to let me know that I actually should like this album because it's the one they did the most drugs on, go off in the comments. And next week, we're starting a brand new page. We got AFI Sing the Sorrow, Taking Back Sunday, Where You Want to Be, a From Autumn to Ashes album, and I'm finally going to talk about Danzig because we got Sam Hain's November Come and Fire. Ooh.
It's 2 minutes to late night.